Hi, good afternoon, good morning, actually, from the Pacific Northwest. Welcome to my Lion's Den, and I would love to introduce you, our Facebook world, to my friend. I'm gonna go like this because she's on this side of me. This is Connie Foutz, right? Is that how you say it? Connie
Wow.
Foutz, Connie
Wow.
Foutz. And you guys, Connie has a story that I felt it is absolutely imperative that you know about because you might need to hear the story for yourself, for your family, for somebody you love. But as you know, I am Becky the Biohacker, and I love to share other people's lives and stories of what this amazing nutrigenomic is doing in their lives. Well, Connie is a story that you absolutely need to hear because one thing that you might not know is that Nrf2 activation, which Washington State University calls the most extraordinary therapeutic, the most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine, is not just for adults, it's not for the aging, it's not for the elderly, it's not just for animals, horses and dogs, it's for children as well. So, Connie, I welcome you on today, and you and I were introduced by a mutual friend, Jen Smith, who shared this amazing resource with you, knowing what your life was like and that this could possibly do something for your life that could change your children's lives forever. I would love if you would share your story about your beautiful little son, Kay, and what has happened in his life, how he came to you, how things took place. Go, and I would love to hear your whole story, and so is everyone else that is listening to us today.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on with you, and I'm grateful to be able to share this story because everybody that knows me knows that I have several adopted children and love them to pieces. But we've had our older son that we adopted at birth had problems with ADHD and things, and so he's 23 now. And we searched and searched for something that would help him naturally because we tried medication shortly for a short period of time and I just hated it. I am not an advocate of children's medications, not that I judge people who do, but I just searched and did treatments and all kinds of things and could never find anything that worked for him. And I didn't like the way the medications affected him. It just pretty much made him a zombie. It wasn't my son. So it was tough, growing up with him that way was really hard. And so we ended up adopting one of our family members' son just recently, starting our family all over again. My husband and I have grandkids already, but we're starting all over again. And our son, Kay, is almost 3 now. And he has, from pre-birth trauma, he has some problems too. He has ADHD and ODD, oppositional defiant disorder, and also a lot of sensory issues that make it so that he's never slept through the night. Just a lot of different problems. Clothing bothers his skin and everything. So it's difficult when you have, from the time they're born, to have these problems. And I was still looking for things that would help him. And I met Jen, and I saw that she had on her story, she had rheumatoid arthritis that was in remission, complete remission. And I have a sister that has that. And so I contacted her and I said, what's your story? And she shared her story with me. And I started thinking, when I researched what the product does and how it goes down to a cellular level and it helps to take the free radicals out, I can't think of any more damaging thing than things that were going on inside of my son's body at that time. And so we tried it, and everything in it is natural. It's just the 5 herbs. And we didn't see a ton of change with the Nrf2 and the Axio. The Axio calmed him down a little bit. But the thing that was amazing to me was when we started giving him the Nrf1 and we added to it the omegas and also the probiotic. The full I think I can say vitality stack and the Axio. Literally within 2 weeks, let me just tell you what it was like before that. I told you he was never sleeping through the night. He would literally wake up in the middle of the night, stay awake for hours, sleep intermittently. He couldn't make eye contact with you because he was just like no focus. He was not talking, only just a few words. He wasn't learning anything. He wasn't retaining anything. And he wasn't communicating with us. He wasn't listening. He wasn't playing cooperatively with other kids. There were just a lot of problems that we were having. So the first thing I noticed with him was he was just starting to get calmer. And I thought, well, you know, that's a good sign. But then the next thing, he had only seen a movie twice, and it's a little educational video about colors and shapes. He started singing with it. And he had never said more than a few words, let alone sing. And I was like blown away. I looked at the girl that was sitting next to me. I said, did you hear that? And he's just singing. And I was like, not only was he saying words and singing words, he was retaining the colors and the shapes and things just out of the blue. And I mean, we've been reading with him since birth. We read with him, we count with him, we do things, and he had never picked that up before. And all of a sudden, he was just starting to do those things. And he started talking in sentences, putting sentences together. And I started being able to sit down and, you know, look him in the eye, and he would repeat what I said to him. And just gradually over the next, I mean, this has only been like 2 months ago that the real changes started, to where he is just, every day I see new changes in him. Probably the biggest change was the sleeping through the night, because, you know, when you go for years and not sleeping through the night at all, just waking up, that was probably part of his not being able to progress too.
Sure.
But now he's sleeping through the night, and I attribute that to the Nrf2 and also the omegas, because things are going well in his brain now. To me, this is a breakthrough, because I've heard other doctors, you know, talk about these products, but I've never heard anybody talk about the cognitive learning and talk about somebody this young. And also cleaning up all those free radicals out of the brain and that damage. So this really was amazing to me. And I was so excited to share this with other moms that have these things. I belong to a few Facebook groups that it's just heartbreaking. You know, it's so hard. I remember going through all these years with my other son, going through school and going through all these things that were just really hard. And the problems just seem to be increasing. And I'm just excited, really excited to see where he's going to go from here. He's just calmer and calmer every day. He plays cooperatively with kids now and imaginatively. Before it was just like running, bouncing off walls, you know. And other people are asking me, what's going on with him? What's going on with your son? Because things are just different with him.
Now, Connie, one thing that we always have questions about is that your son started this. How long has he been on it for now? What period of time has it been?
He's been on the Nrf2 for probably, and the Axio for probably about 5 months, but he's only been on the full regimen for about 2 months.
Okay. So when, and he's, just to clarify for those of you watching, he is now 3 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah, he'll be 3 in about a week.
3 in about a week. So you guys, this is, to me, for one, my eyes won't stop leaking. So sorry, as I'm wiping my eyes, my makeup's gonna run. I literally, this is purpose. I mean, Connie, wouldn't you agree that this is purpose? These children that, for no fault of their own, may have been birthed in a body that was full of drugs and alcohol and toxins, and these little people have to bear the weight in their own bodies of somebody else's abuse. And to think that we have been given something that we can contribute to their bodies to switch it back on to function the way God created it to at its maximum, and to reduce this free radical damage, this cellular damage, is to me absolutely astounding. And I can almost not stop crying because of your story. And how many we get to hear like this, of stories of children that would once just be pharmaceutically bashed, you know, because all they know, and I'm not a pharmaceutical basher, but all they know is how to treat symptoms. And Connie, you have been given a gift to go to the cause, the root, switch his little body back on again to function and have the ability to heal and repair and go towards being a normal, healthy, robust little 3-year-old boy again. What a gift we have been given. What a gift. And you get to see it unpackage, and you get to watch it unfold. So your story absolutely undoes me. This is called I'm undone. I'm literally undone. With excitement that this is something that is not only for us adults, as our bodies are aging and we have the stressors and the stress of our lives, we need that activating as well to reduce inflammation in our bodies and our brains and all things that are concerned. And I just want to let you guys know, first of all, that are watching this video, is that we don't claim to cure, treat, heal, mitigate anything. What we're talking about is activating your own body's defenses to do the job that it was created to do in its whole fashion. And that's what Nrf2 activation and Nrf1 and healing your gut, which is the gut-brain connection, and the omegas, which is also about the brain and the cell integrity, let alone the axio that is actually for mental function and brain function, our axio drink. So you guys, what we're talking about here is something all natural. It's extraordinary, and it is something that is changing lives of now children, animals, horses, dogs, people. You and I, our lives are changed because of it. As inflammation is down, we are setting our bodies, putting our bodies in a position that we can say to things that would want to infect, not on my watch. That's my line. I always say, not on my watch. I'm gonna keep this body pure and whole as I can. Preventative. Remember what I said about the most preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine? Oh my word. Connie, is there anything else that you would like to share? I'm so undone by your story. I can't even tell you. I just appreciate you sharing this so much. And people are going to have so many questions. How do you get a child to take this product? And why don't you quickly brief how you get your almost 3-year-old son to take these products? Just brief that, and then we'll wrap it up with that.
Well, they're obviously in pill form, and so I grind them up really, really fine and squeeze the omega in with it and put it into Nutella, and he just takes it. The probiotics, I just have to chance it that he's getting the full impact of it because they're in a little bit bigger pill form, but I mix it in with it and he eats it. And then the Axio is a drink mix, you know. Some kids like it, some kids don't like the flavor. He wasn't too fond of it in water form, and so I get almond milk and I just put some of the Axio in it, and he loves that. So
I love that. Perfect. Trick about the almond milk is an absolute winner. I think a lot of moms are going to really be able to utilize that one, because a lot of times you're right. The children, especially with sensory issues, have a hard time also with taste issues. So Connie, I just bless you so much. Thank you for joining me in my lion's den to share your story with the world. If you know Connie and you hadn't heard this story, please get back with her and ask her about these amazing products. If somebody has shared this video to you, to your wall, to their wall, and you're seeing it, it's because they love and care about you who are watching this right now. Get back with the person that has shared this video with you, and they will share this with you, give you more science, research, study, an order link, whatever you want. But it is something that Connie and I want our entire world. So we want everybody we know, love, and will ever meet to hear about this. So Connie, again, I cannot thank you enough for joining me on this live, and stay on the video as I shut this off. We'll say goodbye to everybody. God bless you all. Have a beautiful day. Have an amazing weekend. And I hope Connie's story has blessed you as much as it has blessed me. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.